Hello, I'm Lynn Easterwood, and I'm on the Sharing Care Committee with Alabama Respite. Caregivers have a difficult time. They're trying to take care of someone 24/7, and it's difficult for them to do the things that we take for granted, like going to the grocery store, going to the bank, going out to eat with friends and relatives, or just resting. Today we're going to be hearing from some caregivers, and they're going to be sharing their stories and also the plight of being a caregiver. Alabama Respite could help these people because they could use the relief that they could offer. So we hope that you will be informed, and we thank you for viewing our presentation. The estimated number of Alabamians who are providing care for family members is approximately 1,885,152. The estimated number of caregivers in Madison County alone is 135,287. New studies indicate that 39% of the population in Alabama provided care during this year. The Research Center for the National Respite Network gave this information. According to this research center, the Pew, as it's called, this could include helping with personal needs, household chores, finances, or simply visiting to check in is the care that might have been provided with the respite services.
My name is Joel Farbman. I had a daughter and a twin. She had a twin as well, a son. They were born 17 weeks early, so they were only 23 weeks along gestationally. My son, unfortunately, he didn't survive. He lived about a day and a half. And my daughter had multiple medical problems. Her name is Rachel, his name is Raymond. She had some brain bleeds, which happens a lot of times when they're that premature. A host of other medical problems. After 95 days, she did leave the NICU. She went home on oxygen. So that was difficult to deal with initially. Even when we were in the hospital, they couldn't tell us what her eventual outcome would be. We didn't know if she would be aware of her environment even. We didn't know if she could walk, stand up, talk, or any of that. So we went home not knowing what was going to happen. And my daughter, when she came home, we had early intervention. It was a great help. We were thrilled to have her home, but it was challenging, especially coming from an environment where she essentially had 24/7 care, and we could go home if we needed to and rest. Then we ended up with a child who needed to be monitored, needed to be watched. We had to call the doctor a fair amount, and it was just us. So that was a very challenging environment to be able to do that.
I'm Anna Williams. My husband Leonard has congestive heart failure and other health problems. Now, it was yesterday morning. He thought he could stand up when he was using the bathroom and fell in the shower, and we had to call 911 to get some big strong guys to get him up because he weighs over 200 pounds. And I try not to pull on him because it makes my 71-year-old body hurt.
Alabama respite service would be so beneficial to me because I wouldn't have to rely so much on my family but to do what they do. I shudder to think that I didn't have them and still had to do what I can. Everyday tasks, they're all, washing clothes, meal preparation. I get like I said earlier, I get real anxious. So if I had to fix dinner, I would be a basket case. My mother and my two oldest have to fix dinner. Now, I can put, a sandwich together. I can fix some oatmeal or cereal or something like that when I'm having a good day and when I'm having a bad day. And that's part of this MS is good days and bad days.
Hi, my name is Amy, and my husband Evan and I recently moved to Alabama about 7.5 months ago from New Jersey. We found out very early on in my pregnancy, about 7 weeks or so, that we were expecting triplets. And this is my daughter Paisel, and I have 2 little boys as well, Jaren and Gavin. And at around 12 weeks, we found out there were some complications. I was a very tiny girl, and I got big very quickly, and I was put on bed rest. At 14 weeks, I was completely pulled out of my job. I was a full-time school teacher, and at that point, my paycheck stopped. So, April 1st, 2012, Paisel's water broke while I was in the hospital. I was there about 10 weeks, and they said, okay, it's time. We were told that she had silent aspiration, and she's currently on a feeding tube. She cannot eat like a typical 2-year-old. So they were 2 April 1st. She cannot eat like a 2-year-old. Alabama Respite Care would help me by being able to help my daughter improve. And it just helped me feel more like a human being. I can take a shower, maybe go to the bathroom by myself, which may not seem like a lot, but unless you're in a situation like I'm in, you don't know until that time. But it's a big deal to get to go to the bathroom by yourself.
Hi, I'm Valerie Hager, and this is my son Brandon Patterson. And Brandon has a rare syndrome called Sanfilippo syndrome. This is a day in our life. We usually get up in the mornings and check his diapers and make sure change diapers and give him his waters and bathe him and change his bedding and get his breakfast ready. And Brandon does a lot of supplements, so we do a lot of prep work before he ever sits down to eat, because of all the supplements he takes, not drugs, but vitamins. And feed him his breakfast and then change his diaper. And I have gone through this now for since he was age 5. Usually get maybe, if I was lucky, 4 hours of sleep a night. And I was a single mom at the time. And I would manipulate and maneuver and lift him, and I still do today. And he weighs 100 pounds, and I weigh around 118 pounds. So it's taken its toll on my health, but it does take everything I have to take care of him. So in order to get more help, I have applied for the 310 board, and I'm on the waiting list for the 310 board, and have been since 2008. We'll get to, he just moved up recently on the list because of my health. I've had some back problems from lifting Brandon, and I'm just physically worn out because I'm doing this all the time. And so more respite is really, really needed, so I can get the breaks I need to just even spend time resting and recovering from constantly taking care of Brandon, and so I can spend time with my other 2 boys. I have 2 other boys, and I have never been able to really go to any of their sporting activities because I really didn't have the respite I needed to stay with him long enough so I could get to those things.
Hi, my name is Tammy Moore. I am the parent, advocate, and caregiver for my son Joseph Moore. In a house with myself and his 20-year-old sister, who is a massive student and a massive help, and his grandmother, who is also a massive help. And between the 3 of us, we have to coordinate our entire lives because 2 people have to be with him at all times as he has drop seizures. My son Joe has life-threatening epilepsy. He's also severely autistic. This morning at 5 a.m., he had a very severe seizure. It is just myself as his main caregiver, his 20-year-old sister, and his grandmother. It is the 3 ladies who take care of him. The benefits of having a respite program in our area would be that today I would have been able to run to the pharmacy or do any special errands that may needed to be run to procure his safety. Respite to us would mean a much needed break from time to time, and anyone out there that has a special needs child, that is a 24/7 job that never ends, and the severity ranges on a minute-to-minute basis. 5 seconds from now he could have another drop seizure and we could be unresponsive and on our way to the ER. How wonderful would it be to have a respite caregiver that could also come and assist not only Joe but the caregivers that provide for Joe. Because if we are not taking care of the people that take care of these children, where are they going to be?